a one-day media engagement training organized by Niger State Ministry of Primary Health Care in collaboration with the World Health Organization here at Gudel Hotel, Minna. We have media across all segments in Niger State. We have our key media stakeholders, critical media stakeholders. We have Alhaji Musa Ladan, a one-time director of information, Niger State Ministry of Information. We have Hajia Ejigogo. Hajia Ejigogo works with the Prestige FM, Minna here. We have the head of risk communication of the Niger State Ministry of Primary Health Care with us here at the one-day media engagement training.
The objective and expected outcome. Thank you very much. What do you expect?
We have the former editor of Newsline newspaper, who is also the proprietor of Eagle Eye online newspaper. We also have Chief Information Officer, a former Chief Information Officer who is also a proprietor of Daily Post online newspaper. We have Alhaji Uthman, a veteran critical media stakeholder. We have the Director National Orientation Agency, Niger State. Is also part of this media one-day engagement training. We have correspondent of Al Jazeera newspaper. We have the correspondent of Guardian newspaper here, correspondent of Telegraph. They are all part of the one-day media engagement at Gudel Hotel, Minna. We have the correspondent of The Nation newspaper. We have information officer, Minister of Secondary and Tertiary Health. We have correspondent of Niger State Television here. We have information officer in the office of the First Lady and also Niger State Health Insurance Scheme. Part of the one-day media engagement training is also a reporter for Niger State Television with her cameraman. We have a correspondent of Struggle magazine here in Niger State. We have also a Hausa translator of the Radio Niger here in Minna. We have an information officer in the Ministry of Information. We have the News Agency of Nigeria here. We have reporter of Badegi Radio. We have correspondent of Newsline newspaper. We have a reporter of Prestige FM.
I'll speak to time. So I'll speak to time.
We have the Permanent Secretary, Niger State Ministry of Primary Healthcare Development, Dr. Ghana.
You consist of cleaners. You don't go and write anything and bring and post it on Facebook and all other media. And let people take it seriously. So I'm glad that we're having to ensure that we're all the best. The question I ask people, who are the people who are affected? One of them are young men. I know women of old age, or any child is affected. No old ones are affected. Go and check their blood groups. You don't know the report is there. And then I ask, who died of all diseases? Nobody died. So many diseases will just affect young men, spare the children, spare women, but only young men. So we should only be balanced in our reporting. We have so many things coming up in the health sector. The journalists can be very slow. It's not our fault. I don't want to give information. But if you give information, you need to be more careful on where they are with it. There's sometimes the processes are slow. You want to do it faster, but the person you put there is doing the right thing. Because the one from Gacha that time, I was going to ask them, what is also because I'm from Gacha local government. And I had another, the cholera that they had there. It was spreading around, it came from pipe up left down to Katari area. So I have to call the Katari to come there to do necessary things. So sometimes the people have at the communities also the public incorrect information on anything that have to do with health, because the health is for everybody. And that the ministries a child with responsibility is concerned and ensure that every danger life, every human being that who live in Niger State will have a good health, a good healthcare system. Because if we have it right, it's good for all of us. We want to prolong the lifespan of people. We do that through health talk and through all other ways, because there are some diseases that don't even need to give somebody a drug. Don't talk to the person to change his weight and get better. So please, the journalists, you are a partner in progress. We are not in any way enemies. We are part. We need you, and you also need us. Please, we should foster a good cooperation between ourselves. We should work as a team so that we achieve the new Niger we all desire to achieve as a shown by this government. Thank you very much. And I'm happy that we are here.
Thank everybody for being here for this program. In fact, we started this plan about 2-3 weeks ago, and when the PRO, the ministry, came to meet me with this initiative, they said there are sponsors. We contacted the WHO, who graciously granted our request. Journalism and health are like Siamese twins. People need information. Anything you are doing, there's no information that's not done. So some of this information will save a lot of life, but the information should be well given. It should come from the source, where it's supposed to come from. If you don't get the correct information, you end up publishing what is not right. So this training that you have had now will enhance a kind of balanced reporting on the side of the journalists. The health sector is a sector whereby everybody is concerned, and it's for everybody.
Very, very attentive. Because when we finish, at the end of this presentation,
Musa Ladan is a media expert, media specialist.
So that you will not have linkage with the lady from Badigi Radio. You can see the outlines of the presentation. Sorry, at the end of this presentation, there will be a quiz for you. 4 questions only. And very, very short. Anybody who scores up to 80%, we have the fine, precious reward from the organizers. Then followed by the second winner, and then
he's here to induct the media on new approaches to digital communication.
I'm not going to talk new things to you. These are things you have already known. It's very important matter. Help us speak with the government, speak with the agencies concerned, bring back this information for
We have the representative of the Ministry of Primary Healthcare, who is also the head of risk communication in Niger State Primary Healthcare.
We want to appreciate you for coming, despite the important meeting that notice was given to you people, and you are all here to protect this very important function. I want to reward you the activity of participation so that we can go back home and help us to escalate the key message or the key discussion being had here to your very investigations in terms of service delivery, which is most importantly in the area of allied interventions, which is the key, because allied intervention is the curative persuasion of having a child to be safe.
My name is Usman Alhaji Mohammed. I'm the State Education Officer. I'm also Risk Communication Officer in work with Minister of Primary Health Care. The importance of this meeting can never be overemphasized. Looking at the angle of media engagement, it remains a very tremendous attribute to the health service delivery in terms of wider spread of information, to give right information through tailor messages, which has been derived from national down to the state to the LGA, so that we serve our population in the state. Now, we felt it's very key and paramount for we to call together with all the media stakeholders to have a kind of innovations and understandings and more approaches that can help us to ease our communication in terms of health service delivery in Niger State. You can agree with me that the former governor of Niger State has created a Ministry of Primary Health Care, which we have transitioned from agency to we are now ministry. So we have a very big task, which to serve the responsibility to serve populace in Niger State.
Agile Patience, Assistant Public Health Officer with WHO Niger State. I really appreciate this training for media personnel, because we cannot do without media in immunization and dissemination of information. And we can see that the house is full, which means our message will go a long way to reach almost all the media houses in Niger State. And that will make our work easier and will make immunization strategies more acceptable.
My name is Daniel Atori. I am a journalist with New Telegraph newspapers, and I'm here as a participant for the one-day training to gain more knowledge on communication strategies, and if there are any updates, and then we need to add value to ourselves, because we need to improve on our reportage, and we don't just go out. And I'm here also to see how we can have good and robust relationship with policymakers, especially those from the primary health care ministry, to see that we can get their responses fast whenever there is need for us to get response to situations, especially rumor travels faster, and then if there are need for us to balance our reports. A lot of people go and say the media is not objective, some section of the media they are not objective, and then you don't get objectivity when you don't get both sides.
Ina aiki da gidan rediyo Badiki da ke nan cikin garin Minna, kuma a yau ita dai ma'aikatar kula da lafiya matakin farko, wato Ministry of Primary Health Care a nan jihar Niger, tare da haɗin gwiwar hukumar kula da lafiya ta duniya WHO, sun tara wato 'yan jarida domin tattaunawa game da wato rubbing minds kan hanyoyin da za a faɗakar da masu nan yunkuri yana da matukar muhimmanci, duba da yadda labarai na ƙanzon kurege da kuma shashi faɗi yake yawa a tsakanin al'umma. To idan har za a iya yunkuri irin wannan tare da tattaro kan 'yan jarida don faɗakar da su da kuma samun kyakkyawar alaƙa tsakanin ita kanta ma'aikatar da kuma 'yan jarida kan bayanan da suka shafi kiwon lafiya, alal hakika zai taimaka kwarai wajen rage labaran ƙanzon kurege da kuma labaran shashi faɗi, wanda a turanci ake ce musu misinformation and disinformation and rumors da suke tattare a cikin harkokin kiwon lafiya, wanda tabbas za ku yarda da ni idan na ce sun mafi zama cutarwa ga al'umma da fiye da ita kanta cutar.
Awal Umar Kwantagora, Deputy Editor da List Program Online Newspaper. Wannan taro da muka zo na wayar da kuma horar da manema labaru akan kiwon lafiya da hanyoyin da za a taimaka wajen isar da sakonni, taro ne da ban taɓa fuskantar irin shi ba, kuma na karu da ilmumuka da dama, wanda ni ma zan yi amfani da abubuwan da na samu ilimi a kansu wajen ci gaba da ayyukan aikin yada labaru da nake yi a jaridata ta Daily Struggle da jaridata ta madogaran labarai.
Thank you very much. This training is one-day training that has been conducted for journalists. It's educative. It leads us, it gives us a way on how to understand good communication, especially when it relates to health. It is also an advantage for media practitioners to inculcate and know how to reach out to the grassroots in times of healthcare delivery. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So it is only very good situation.